voice just like, oh! And I just like, I started like freaking out on everybody. I was like, I told you.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Happy Hour. I'm here with Elizabeth and we're at the Southside Martial Arts Center. And you're here to tell us a little bit about your life as a mixed martial artist. Should I say mixed martial artist?
Yeah, you could say that.
You mostly do jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how did you get started with it?
I got started, I was probably about 18. Was I 18? I was 17 or 18 years old. I just went through like a really terrible breakup. Yeah.
That's how all good stories start.
Yeah. High school breakup. It was pretty bad, actually. I had the same friends and everything all throughout, like, pretty much middle school and high school, and went through a pretty intense break from that situation. So, my dad basically forced me to start coming to jiu-jitsu classes every Saturday with him just to get me out of bed and get me away from this whole lifestyle thing that I was trying to do.
So you started when you were 18?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere around there.
And how old are you now?
25.
Wow.
25. I'll be 26 in July.
So you weren't even really doing it that long. Yeah, when I even first met you.
Yeah, no. Not an extremely long time, but it just kind of became my whole life at that point. When I started doing it, I just saw this whole other side of people, you know? The people were so nice. Yeah. It was weird. Like, I had never experienced that too much growing up. People were just kind of mean. So, so when everybody was really nice to me in there, I didn't even stay because I really loved martial arts at that time. I stayed because everybody was so nice to me that I just wanted to be around those people.
I think it's like part of it is like knowing that you can kick somebody's butt makes you a nicer person.
It really does. It
you're like,
really does.
No matter what you do, like, I can take care of you regardless of what, so I don't have to worry about anything, you know what I'm saying? So everybody is like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Let me help you out, you know? So nobody's really angry or mean, and I guess, you know, if you are angry or upset, you can take it out on, like, your practice and you know, frustration kind of goes away and you start thinking about different things.
It just gives you a different perspective. Just what you learn in training teaches you how to deal with other things in life. We're taught to be very comfortable in extremely uncomfortable, bad situations, so then you figure out, you know, at least I'm not getting punched in the face sometimes. Like, oh yeah, well, this happened, but it could be worse.
Okay, so you got started because of the breakup, and that's how I got started, and then at first you said you weren't really, you just went there because of the people. When did it get more serious for you? And like, I guess start with your story then and then kind of go throughout what's going on now.
That's tough. I felt like I had spurts, you know? I felt like I had spurts of seriousness, so I felt like I was serious when I started. Kinda. But then I had done my first smoker fight, you know, the smoker fights that we had. And my coach at that time he had asked me if I wanted to do a smoker fight, and then after my smoker fight, he asked me if I wanted to compete. So that was the first thing that kind of drove me and really made me feel like somebody thinks I can do this. Yeah. Like, I can be tough and whatnot. So that was the first thing. I had a really bad situation that happened with competing not too long after that, so I didn't compete again for like a year. Kevin, my boyfriend, Kevin, my coach, Kevin, he convinced me to compete after I had a really, really tough break in one of my tournaments one time. So that was another point for me, and then at one point we moved to Atlanta for a little while, and we trained at the Alliance headquarters. And we had a coach there named Lucas Lepre. And I don't know what that was. That was really, I had felt like I got more serious in previous things, but he was really the thing that, for some reason, he's just an incredibly inspiring person to be around. He just makes you want to do it, you know?
That's good.
So he was when I started coming to training, and I was like, I'm going to be a competitor, I'm going to be tough. Like, he just made me, he lit a fire.
The center, was this your idea, or how did that come about?
It was my idea initially. It was sort of all of our ideas, really. I knew my boyfriend Kevin. He it was always his goal to be an instructor as a career. You know, he's been a full-time instructor for years now.
Right.
And I've always been very entrepreneurial mindset. I've always done just weird stuff to try to work for myself. So at some point, I was like, you know, maybe it's about time. Like, I love this. I'm in it forever. You love this. You're in it forever. So I just took like my business and wanting to do things mindset with his passion for teaching jiu-jitsu. And, you know, obviously then I got Keisha and Nathan along with me, who both have an extreme passion for teaching, and I was like, this is like the perfect people to get together to do something like this.
Y'all are a great team. I do gotta admit that. Even before, it was amazing, like the way y'all taught. We're coming up almost at a year here, right? Is there any kind of events, or are y'all doing something special to celebrate it?
We are gonna, I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but we are doing something. We're gonna definitely have, like, me and Nathan are the main ones that are like, we're all about the celebrations. We're gonna have an event here. I haven't totally decided on whether it's gonna be more of like a demonstration thing or more just a, hey, we're here having fun, hanging out kind of thing.
So if somebody wants to try it out, I know we have a week trial period, right? So you can get to try it for free, come to the classes. If somebody wants to try it out, or not even try it out, wants to come to like a class here, a class there, every now and then, is there something that they can just pay for the class, or do they have to join the membership to do it?
We do have what we call a mat fee for you to just come in and take a class here and there if you want to. We view that more as if you're cross-training. Okay. So if you go to another gym, or maybe you're only in town for, you know, a few days or a week or so, we have the free week trial so you can see if you like it. Right. And then membership beyond that point is you saying, yes, I am in this, I'm going to give it a real try, you know?
Right. I would just say definitely try it out, because I think afterwards you do get hooked to it. The things that you learn, the things that you do, and you end up start doing stuff that you never thought you could, and it's absolutely amazing. And I gotta tell you again, the coaches are absolutely fantastic. So I do want to. They really are. They really are. Would you say that like women in general don't do that much, like martial arts, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, or anything like that? Do you see like a lack of?
In my mind, women have always been interested in it. It's been more of a lack of resources, I guess you could say, or we weren't afforded as many opportunities until recently. Mm-hmm. So I think more and more women are getting into it all the time. So I don't think at this point there's a lack of women in it. I think there can always be more, obviously. Like, I'm always trying to push women on the mat. But at this point, there's not a lack of it. It's just that we're just a little behind the curve of men. So many women are getting started in it now. So it's mainly just the higher belt divisions, I guess, in jiu-jitsu, we would say. So like purple, brown, and black belt, there are less women competing, less women doing it, I would say, because it just hasn't caught up yet. Mm-hmm. But I really only see it being a very short amount of time before these women who are just now getting into it start getting to a higher level, and then I see opportunities coming up for women all the time. They're changing things. Everybody's changing things to afford more opportunities to women to fight, to do jiu-jitsu, to earn prize money in jiu-jitsu tournaments the way that men do, and it's like really, really, really exciting.
Went to the Alliance in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Do you know somebody at that caliber, like a female coach or a mentor at that caliber too?
At a high level?
Yeah, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Personally?
Yeah.
You? Okay.
I know a ton of like really talented women.
Okay. But who inspired you the most? Jiu-jitsu, and kind of inspired you personally?
I would probably say there's a woman in Florida named Amanda Aliquin, that she goes by Tubby. to be eloquent. She's actually younger than me, and she is an extremely high-level black belt competitor.
Oh, wow.
I've went to Florida and trained with her a few times. There's this woman in Atlanta that's, her name's Cerrone, and she's a black belt now too. She lifts very heavy weights, is what I'll say. And she's very strong, but she's like one of the most gentle people that I've ever met in my life. I'll roll with her or I'll do jiu-jitsu with her. And very technical and very sweet, like just one of the sweetest people that you would ever meet, but she's also one of the strongest people I've ever rolled with, so it's crazy.
That's gotta be
she inspires me a whole lot.
That's gotta be like so intimidating, having somebody that's like extremely good at jiu-jitsu and like still strong.
Yes.
Because you don't really, you have to use muscle, but the technicality of jiu-jitsu is so, you don't have to be like the strongest person to beat somebody, you know? So that'd be scary. Okay, so here at the center, you have women coming in and kids. What is the youngest, or what's the age of the youngest child that can sign up?
Coach Keisha and Coach Nathan are very open to 3 and 4. Depending on who can handle it.
So about to turn 3.
Yeah, so 3 and 4-year-olds for kickboxing. We have had to create sort of a hard line, or not a semi-hard line in jiu-jitsu. It's a little bit more, it requires a little bit more focus.
Mm-hmm.
So we are starting students at 5, or trying students at 5, but we've found that generally they tend to start thriving in jiu-jitsu at around 6.
Okay.
Between 5 and 6, depending on their level of focus.
Okay.
So we do have options for children who are under 5 years old can come and sign up for a discounted membership to only do kickboxing classes.
Okay. Who's your favorite MMA fighter?
Male or female?
Female.
Female. That's even harder. Rose Namajunas. I've been following her since way back, since she debuted in Invicta. So she has this one highlight video. For some reason, like, I have a lot of female fighters that I really enjoy.
Uh-huh.
But there's this one highlight video that I watch very consistently of hers. Really old, so it has none of her new footage in it. But I cry almost every single time I watch it. Yes, I do. I tear up every time. And I think it's because she cries. There's this little scene in it where she gets really excited about a win, and you can just see her like start to cry. And it just reminds me of everything that I want.
Yeah.
Because the reason that I compete, the reason I do this is to chase that feeling. I've always desired to have that feeling that you're so overwhelmingly happy about
The accomplishments.
Yeah, about all the hard work that you've put in and to accomplish something so big that you are just so overwhelmed that you can't even contain it in that way. So every time I watch that video and I see her just like going about, it gets me every time.
Who's your favorite, I guess, male MMA fighter?
Probably Donald Cerrone.
Really?
Yeah!
Okay. Oh, he's good.
Listen to his, have you listened to his Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I haven't.
If you listen to that, I'm telling you, when you figure out who he is as a person, you're like, this is my favorite person in the world. I would love to meet you.
What do you think, like, what you can say is like, wow, I can't believe I got this done. I accomplished this.
That's tough too. You ask a lot of tough questions. In life, I would say the gym. Opening this place is probably the hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I can't tell you how many times I've cried. I cannot tell you how many times I've broken down and really thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a general life thing. Holton and I, my teammate, I'm not sure if you've met him or not. He's the one who does MMA out of here.
Okay.
Me and him are both getting ready to do Worlds this year.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully I'll be able to get a tournament or two in before then. But as of right now, I have my sights set on competing at Worlds at Purple. and winning.
Name off all the coaches and what they do.
We have Coach Keisha, who she does our kickboxing classes and cardio kickboxing classes. She is the person to get you in shape. Like, if you want to lose weight, you want to get in shape, you want to improve your cardio for fighting or whatever have you, she's the person to go to, 100%. Nathan teaches you technical aspects of it, like what to do when this person does this. He teaches you how to fight another person, right? And then with Anthony, Coach Anthony, he does a little bit of both. He's great. Like, I love him. He's about my size,
I haven't met him,
which is interesting. You should meet him.
Yeah.
He's about my size, which is interesting. He teaches one of our cardio classes, but he incorporates a bit of technique into his cardio classes as well. He has a good understanding of movement. I really like working with him. And then obviously we have myself and Kevin. Kevin is our head jiu-jitsu coach. He's kind of like the glue. He's the glue of everything. He runs our competitive class that we have here too, where we'll come, and depending on what people have coming up, we'll do different things. So if we have people that have huge jiu-jitsu tournaments coming up, we'll do jiu-jitsu. If we have people who have MMA fights coming up, then we'll do MMA. This dude is 1000% jiu-jitsu, training, teaching. That's literally all he does.
Your career and your goals from now on, what do they intake? What do you want to do? What's the next step for you? And obviously the center, because you do dedicate a lot of your time and energy into the center.
Yeah, I took a large amount of time off just to, do the work that it took to get this place open. But as far as next steps, I know that I have Worlds coming up, which is at the end of May, so I'm roughly about 8 weeks. But definitely after Worlds, regardless of a win or a loss, it'll be going into more striking or just going straight into MMA.
If you thought about coming, if you're on the fence, definitely come, talk to somebody, check it out. Again, amazing people, very friendly, experienced. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just everybody's really good. Yeah. So, well, thank you everybody for joining in. Don't forget to subscribe, like our video. It's going to help everybody out in the end. And then we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.